Welcome back to another exciting episode of the DFG's Corner. It is me, your host, DFG, and the place to be. And I'm coming from the 57 and 703. So we're here today. My subject today is talking about what's happening, what's going on these times. And it is, guess what? It is soft guy era. Now, the soft guy era started about 3 or 4 weeks ago, where a gentleman by the name of Scarface Mark, or Mark Scarface, I find him, basically was repeating the same things that women would say and say what he wanted in his soft guy era. So he did that, and it was just crazy to where it blew up because he did it out of a parody, but he was more like it was more or less like it was more it's a it was more like a joke, but a lot of women didn't take it as a joke, and instead of them understanding it was satire, they went at him. So they gave him a chance to be big, for lack of a better term. And if you haven't learned with Shira 7 saying sprinkle sprinkle, this has the soft guy era is drizzle drizzle. So it's drizzling out here. One of the audience members says I'm frozen. Could you put a 1 if I'm frozen, 2 if I'm not? Let me see. I'm gonna share this. Okay, can you guys see that? 1 yes, 2 no. Okay, let me. Okay, got it. Some reason it is not acting right. We gonna bring that back down. Chocolate Pearl, I see you out there. Are you out there? Chocolate Pearl, are you out there? I'll at you, boy.
I'm I'm unavailable at this time, so I have to hit you back.
Okay, I got you. I got you. Thank you. Okay, let me try this again. I'll stop sharing. Okay, that was that was a pretty interesting take, and I look frozen, but as long as y'all can hear me, I should be straight. It looks like a complete take on what if he said if a woman said that it would be more accepted by women than how he said it. It's just crazy. It's just crazy how things are getting turned on. I'm gonna turn my camera off because it looks like it's not acting right today. But it's with with all of that, um, what do you guys think in the chat? What do you guys think of men asking for equal treatment when it comes to being taken care of, or at least reciprocated? At least reciprocated. If someone wants to put anything in the box, I want to thank Miss Nikki. I want to thank Kim and Matt and Diary of a Mad Hatter. I'm glad everybody's so far in. I'm at 5,912 subscribers. I'm asking to be 10,000 by June. It's April. I'm asking if y'all know somebody who want to hear this content. I ask that you go it out. I ask that you like, share on Facebook. If you want to super chat me or send me a gift, there my all my information's in the scroll bar. Um, it's been a real ride today, and I got a ton of allergies, so it's it's a trip. It's a trip. Of course, it doesn't work right now, but what the hey, you got to do it again. And going into another soft guy video so you can understand where this is coming from and where this is going. All right. That was actually a decent clap back. That was actually a decent clap back. What I think about what she was saying is there are certain guys who are exactly like she says. Can't hold that down, can't lie about that. However, the majority of men do want to be in their child's life, and you know they want to be able to stuff be reciprocated. Now I've never had that problem. Um, I get reciprocation for everything I do, so I'm grateful. However, it's not all women give men that, especially men they don't respect. If you don't respect a man, you're not going to treat him right, regardless, no matter how he treats you. That's what I observed. I may be wrong, but that's what I observed was that if you like a guy but ain't really feeling him, you're not going to give him the same type of reciprocation that you would a guy you was into. If it's a guy you was into, you know, women will do almost anything for a guy that they're really into. If they're not into him, if they're just up there and they'll tolerate them, but they won't really learn anything because they don't respect the guy enough to respect him as a man, and it's gonna come out and it's gonna come out in different ways. Now, one of those other things is why are women why are women upset with men who do this, who put their who talk about the soft guy era and how is it affecting them and what is this about and why are men doing this? You can't get a straight answer most of the time. You can't get a straight answer. So I look at it as, we do our things and we have we have things that we want to get by. So but that's what it's just funny how we don't take things seriously. Now that's not it. But looking, there we go. Let me try this one more time. This is the original guy. His name is Scarface Mark on TikTok. Okay, let me try this again. Now here's a guy. His name is Scarface Mark. Let me stop that. I understand y'all couldn't hear it, but that was Scarface Mark. He was speaking on how to how he wasn't how yeah, no, I understand that, Apple. Um what I'm saying is that he was basically doing everything that a woman did in the past on the on YouTube or TikTok, and he sounded ridiculous, which what most guys think women are saying. However, sometimes people just do stuff like that and are not, they don't get that the person's actually joking, but he was joking. He's married and stuff like that, so he still says that, and it's funny because a lot of people don't want to a lot of people don't want to understand that. What's the difference when a man and a woman can't say that? So that's what it was. Andreen, thank you, Andreen. Says men are taken care of and reciprocated. Yeah, yeah, when they can, but if you don't respect the man, you're not gonna treat him like you would a guy you actually like. And the same with most guys will not, if they don't like you as much, they're not gonna treat you like that. But overall things can be better, can be done better. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Um, it's like I said, it sometimes you got to be smarter than the equipment. But I'm not this today. But I'm gonna keep on marching, keep on moving, keep on rolling. Um, so in the comments, what do you think? Is the soft guy era here to stay, or is it temporary, or is reciprocation important in a relationship? Anybody? If you want to come on, I put the link in the box. I put the link in the box if you want to come on and join me. I see Chocolate Pearl is back, but she's probably still busy, but I'm gonna put on anyway.
Hello.
Pearl, my girl, I see you're on. What's going on?
Hey, I'm sorry. I was indisposed to where I had to be where it was too loud,
I got you. I got.
so I had to get back off. I didn't get a lot of the information off, but you saying that as a reciprocal, is it saying that should a man, in a sense, give and then a woman gives as well? That's what
Yeah.
you're talking about? Yes, I
Yes.
think it is. I've been in a relationship where it was always one sided. Um, I think that things should be equal, not just financial, but in everything that you do, it should be equal, especially nowadays. Because women, see, back then, when our parents and their parents grew up, it was most of the time it was the man was the head of the household where they made all of the income and the woman took care of the house and the kids and stuff like that. But in today's society, you have to the well, it comes to the point where you actually have to have multiple incomes in the house. So there is the woman working as well as the man working, and sometimes when the kids get old enough, they got to work too, um, just so we can make ends meet. But not just speaking on the financial side of that, because now today women work just as hard as men work and women do just as much as a man does. It shouldn't be that the woman always is the one who is providing and taking care of the household and the children. It should be an equal situation. Same thing with paying the bills. Should be an equal situation. But when it comes down to uh, romance and stuff, I still think that there should be this equal reciprocation. I knew a lot of guys that I actually had questions or actually talked to them about this, that it's always the man doing, always the man, 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 and never, and it's very seldom the woman. I was watching this meme, and I think I sent it to you as well as Apple, where a lady had asked her boyfriend out to dinner, and they go to dinner, and she's buying up all this stuff. Like, I think the bill wind up coming to $300,
I saw that one.
and he was well, she was like, he's gonna pay, and he says, well, you asked me out to dinner, why should I have to pay? And she said, because you're the man. Now, not to continue the story, I just think that right there, saying that alone is wrong.
Well, and also with the circumstances with that, to put it in the context, he was feeling down, so she invited him out to change
Right.
his mood. Then, when she got there, she did, like you said, she did what she did, and then she can't understand why he doesn't want to pay because he's a man, but he didn't ask to come. He was taken there. So is that's it? It's not always equal, and I understand that, but it needs to be fair. If I ask you out, it's assumed that I'm going to pay.
Right.
If you ask me out, it's assumed that we're going to at least split, and that's what he did. He said, "Well, I'll split, but I'm not paying for the whole ride, especially since one, I didn't eat
You
all."
invite, right. But to me, I be honest with you, and I'm a different species in a sense. Um, to me, if I invite someone out to dinner, I'm going to pay 100. Now, if even if he offers, I'm still going to pay because I invited him, whether I was trying to lift his spirits or not. I don't care what that circumstances or why that happened. She still invited him, and she still should have paid.
I agree.
Um, and even and it was, to me, it was still kind. He was still kind enough to say, okay, I can at least pay half, because I know for a fact. Well, the way he was talking, I know he didn't even make up the majority of that bill, but
Right.
he was still willing to pay half. And she was like, no, you need to pay it all regardless. That to me is wrong. And I don't know why women today, especially with today's society, that we feel that we want to be independent. We want to say that, we got our own and we could do this and we could do that. But when it comes down to uh being equal, they don't want to be equal when it comes down to paying for stuff when they go out with
GPS
a man.
signal lost.
I don't even know why my GPS is on, period. But anyway, I think I'm having malfunction with my car. But anyway, at the end of the day, that's how it should have been.
Yeah, I agree. However, we live in the real world, and you can't understand people until you actually deal with them. He thought he was dealing with a friend. He wasn't. He was dealing with a user, and there's a
Yeah,
difference.
he was dealing with a user.
There's a difference because you know he was still trying to maintain his frame, but it was kind of hard because she was like, "Well, I'm not paying for it," even though she ate up the majority of the food, and that's definitely not a somebody I would call a friend
No, I wouldn't.
because
And
you
and
should
you know what? If I was him, I would have told the waitress, split this order.
separate
Whatever
check,
I bought,
please.
whatever I ate, I'll pay for it. The rest go to her.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then the
Nah,
waitress herself was like flabbergasted that he even said that he wasn't paying.
but that's to be expected because everybody assumes that the man is always going to pay, and the
I
woman
don't.
wasn't offering to. I'm saying the woman wasn't offering to pay, so the waitress obviously looking at him like, "What you gonna do? What you
And
gonna do?"
but that's to me what today's society is wrong. It's just downright wrong. Um, it shouldn't go that way. Um, I don't know if she said it was a rule. I don't know where that rule came from. I never heard of that rule. Have you?
No, but hey, you
I just
know,
think it's crazy. I actually, before I even seen that meme, I actually had offered to take my boyfriend out for brunch, and I paid. And guess what? He expected me to pay. Just like if he's offering to take me somewhere to eat, I expect for him to pay because he offered to take me somewhere to eat. Now we can eat at the house. And even when he comes to my house, I cook. When I go to his house, he cooks.
oh, that's
Even
good.
Steven. Yeah, even Steven.
Definitely.
And I love that. It is the fact that he still opens the door for me. He still thinks of me first. And like I said, we split things. When we go, if like I said, if he's at my house, I buy the groceries and I cook. When I'm at his house, he buy the groceries and he cooks.
Right, right. I well,
But
yeah.
I seen another meme that a guy said that he had a girlfriend and she was having financial troubles and she couldn't buy groceries for her and her kids. So he took her to the store and he bought her like $300 worth of groceries. Then couple of days later, he calls on the phone. He goes home and he realized, oh gosh, I ain't got nothing to eat at the house, or I gotta cook. So they get on the phone and I don't know if he called her or vice versa, but they having a conversation. She says she's cooking dinner, and she says, well, she's cooking and all that other good stuff. And he was like, oh, I guess I gotta go in here and find me something to eat. She did not offer to say, you know what, since I'm cooking, how about you come over because you bought these groceries? She didn't do that.
She expected
So,
she probably thought he was gonna ask.
well, hey, every day he shouldn't have to ask. To be honest with you, every day she cooked, told her what she cooked, but never invited her.
Right.
Then she said one day she wanted to do a seafood ball. He said, okay, cool. and she expected him to pay for the seafood ball. So he went ahead and he did it. And this time she invited him to come over to eat with her. And he said that she said that the dinner was going to be done about 8 o'clock. He didn't get there till about 8:30, 9 o'clock.
And the food was
And
gone.
when he got there, all her family, like cousins, mama, sisters, was over there. And when he got there was no seafood left.
Of course not. That's
And he said she couldn't even, bother to put something to the side for him or anything. So he just got up and left. And she wondered why he left and didn't answer his. She blew up his phone. He wouldn't return the call. At the end of the day, I think if I have paid for something and I'm without, the first thing you should do is want to assist me. Am I
right.
correct?
But yeah, but she ain't like him like that because I mean,
Obviously, she didn't. And then she going around telling he said she's going around telling people that he ghosted her, and she don't understand why.
oh, because he was funding her lifestyle and he stopped doing that. First of all, understand people have issues, but if you asking the dude you on the first date whether he can get you some food for not only today but for down the road, that's kind of presumptuous, isn't it?
Well, I don't know if it was the first date. I don't know if it was the first. I think they were dating, and
Oh, if they were dating, that's a little different.
yeah, they were dating.
But I mean, if they're not an official couple, he owes her nothing. She owes him nothing. But a lot of people don't see it like that. Some people want you to pay for their time, even if it's not really their time.
Right. But I just think that it's not it was a one-way situation. It wasn't a
Oh yeah,
double-sided situation.
oh yeah, definitely,
And I
definitely.
just think that's wrong. At the end of the day, it's just wrong.
Oh yeah, it's not definitely not right. I can tell you that much. But otherwise, though, a lot of times we don't look at it at from that angle. We look at it as we can't, and that's where reciprocation comes in. Yeah, she invited him, but like you said, she didn't even save him a corner. Now
No.
now you know that was like a no growing up. You couldn't
Oh,
just as hungry as I used to be. You know I couldn't just eat it all.
right.
So the
But
fact
my
that
thing is this: you first of all, you didn't tell him that you was going to be inviting all these people,
hmm
and then on top of that, you didn't say, regardless if I'm a friend. Now, even if I'm just a friend, and I bought that, and you said this is what we're gonna have, it's our dinner. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I don't care if I don't come to the next day. You still should have put a plate to the side. You still should have put a plate to the side. Period. But she didn't do that. She wanted him to, like you said, front the bill for her to flaunt
right,
something
right.
she don't have.
No, I got you. I got you. It's just crazy how things it's just how things are going with that. And we got to look at it. We got to look at it from what is it in a holistic sense, especially as us as a community. We've drifted so far from each other, we don't even recognize each other anymore. That's why we can't find good men, we can't find good women. So it's because we strayed so far from just treating people decently that we have not gone through and are able to are able to not to do something because you're getting something out of it. Just do something because you're a decent person, hopefully. And that's but that's part of reciprocation. You want to treat others better than you do yourself, and for the not for the reward, but just the saying that you should have did that. Apple said she should have offered him a plate in the first instance. The second, she should have put one up for him, and then she accentuated that with period, not period, but period. Y'all know how some people are. Um, yeah, like I said, but Apple is, if she's not feeling him like that, it wasn't even on her mind. I can almost guarantee you that, and I can almost guarantee you that somebody asked who that, and she probably said, "Oh, that's just a guy. That's just a guy." She didn't say he bought anything. She didn't say nothing. So, "Oh, just a guy invited over. He was hungry." That's what usually happens. Not to say that it always happens, but it usually happens like that if you don't really care about somebody. Um, so Pearl, okay, with the soft guy era and how we're looking at things, do you see soft guy era in your sons or even your grandson? Hello, Pearl. Oh, she dropped off. Okay, Apple, you can answer in the chat. Do you think that your sons have entered their soft guy era? Anybody who has sons. Anybody who has sons. And okay, I'm gonna ask people in the crowd. Okay, there's Chocolate Pearl back. Welcome back,
Okay, I'm
Pearl.
back. I'm
Welcome back.
sorry, it wouldn't let me unmute, so I had to sign out and sign back in. No, you know darn well my boys are nowhere in the soft era. Well, no, uh, I should correct myself. My oldest son, he's not soft. However, he does not like to argue. So he let his wife, you know. But I do see softness in my oldest grandson, yes, because he's being raised around a bunch of women, and and sometimes he gets bunched up in there as a girl. In a sense,
Well,
even though he still hold tight as being a boy and want to do boys things, but he wind up being around a bunch of girls all the time.
yeah, and I think that's what his mother probably wants. That's
I
that's
hope not.
that's son husbanding 101.
Yeah, he's always around his sisters. Always got whatever he does, even for his birthday, he has to do it with his sisters. But his sisters get to be around girls all the time, around their friends, but he doesn't really get to be around boys.
Why?
And except for when he goes play football, but he goes and play football and then they take him home. So he don't get to hang out with those football kids.
Does he have? I mean, he don't have. There's not too many boys around the neighborhood where he lives at.
They forever moving, so no, I don't think so. They
Yeah,
forever moving
one
out.
step ahead of
So
the ship.
yeah, it's just it's with like I said, he still know he's a boy. He still like doing boy things. I'm not saying he's acting feminine or not, but he's always crying because he can't get something, or his sister hits him, or if he defends himself with his sisters, he gets in trouble because they say he's a boy and that he's not supposed to hit girls, but his sisters are allowed to beat on him and he can't do anything.
Yep, and that's the thing. But that's how you teach them. That's how they become um, less less assertive
Right.
because and we've talked about gender roles last week as far as masculine, and I mean it is sort of relative, but if he's crying and and they shouldn't be. They wrong for teaching the daughters it's okay to hit boys and men, because they're gonna roll up on the right one. And I hate to say it, but then they go into the officer talking about
Yeah.
he hit me, and then the guy gets a charge for a woman beater. But if he was yeah, if he was doing his thing, why is it so bad? Why is it so bad? And I'm not into hitting women or anything like that. But I mean, don't put your hands on me. I don't care if we're playing, if we're not. No, keep your hands to yourself. And no, yeah, men are physically stronger, but you should have the emotional control to not hit folks when you get upset. Use your words. Use your words. I got a new sound card, so I'm trying out my sounds. Oh gosh. So how was your weekend? What did you do for 420? Pearl? I guess she dropped.
I actually I did a 420 wedding with my boyfriend. He's a DJ.
Okay.
And we went to a 420 wedding where they gave out marijuana favors.
Okay. Okay. Such as?
They gave everybody a joint.
Oh, they gave everybody a joint. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
What?
that's what it's still called, right?
I guess. I guess I don't smoke, so I don't know
Well,
anymore.
anyway, but yeah, it was a really cool wedding. The groom, he looked so nice with his suit on, but he had socks with marijuana on it. And then when he came in for the reception, he took the shirt and shirt tie and jacket off and put on a matching shirt that matches his socks.
Oh wow. A bunch of
Yeah,
sure with a bunch of leaves or something.
yeah. And then on the table, you know how some people put the little birthday glitter or whatever. He
Yeah.
put marijuana glitter all over the tables.
Mm. So people left there high as hell.
Actually, no, they weren't as high as we thought they were going to be. They were
Oh,
drunk though, but they weren't high. And I
oh,
didn't smell any. I didn't smell anywhere. If they did it, they probably vaped it or whatever. But
yeah.
we didn't smell it as much. But yeah, it was really cool. It wasn't. It wasn't out of. Nobody got necessarily got white girl wasted. Nobody. The groom and the bride were clearly drunk, but they still was respectful and decent and in
Nobody
order.
nobody did table dancing, did they?
No, no
Nobody
table dancing.
nobody tried to do splits.
Nope.
45-year-old people splits.
Yeah, no, they didn't do that. They
Did anybody call Earl?
no, nobody called Earl.
Oh, okay.
No, nobody called Earl.
So
No
that
one. Yeah, one. So
so
it was decent. It was decent, but it actually was interesting and it actually was fun, and the food was good. But the thing about it, they kept it in a theme because they did. I told you what they already did with the decorations per se,
right,
but they
right.
hired my boyfriend because his name is Dabs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they found a DJ named Dabs, so that kind of went in with the theme of everything.
I got you. I got you. That's crazy,
Yeah,
but I understand. I definitely understand. That's good that y'all had that you were able to not only work, but you were able to enjoy the festivities and
festivities. Yeah, yeah.
take part of it. I look. I learn. I'm still learning how to deal with edibles. Um, yeah. So I can't give you a report on my 420.
But I did dabble in my normal nighttime regiment, so at least got a little bit in. But other than that, no, I was straight the whole time.
But that's good. That's good. As long as you're, it sounds like you're really enjoying yourself with Dabs. He seems like a pretty good dude. I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah,
Unless,
he is. He really is.
is that in the cards?
Yes, definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
All
He's
right.
already trying to get me to meet his family all the way in Seattle.
Ooh. You know who's out there in the Seattle area? You remember
Who?
Lance from 4015?
Yeah.
Mousy? He live out there.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he and his youngest son and his wife they moved from the East Coast about 6, 7 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he lived out. Seattle is a interesting place. If you did you ever get a chance to
No,
visit the happy?
I
Yeah.
wasn't invited.
Oh, okay. Well, I was up there on business, so that was
Oh, I
another.
know. I know.
But
But her mother's gone multiple times. I just was never invited.
I understand. But yeah, Seattle is a nice place. It's just cloudy all the time. Like, oh my gosh. Oh
You
my.
think?
Oh yeah. It just it's like it's never. The sun is a legend.
Everybody thinks it's raining, but it's not cloudy outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trust me, I used to go up there for months at a time, and it was just like Tacoma would be hit or miss, but you go into King County, and it was like the sun just like I'm not going there. You go on the leeward side of the mountains. It's a whole different state.
Yeah.
It's a whole different state. So he knows I'm not lying.
He just said, "Yeah."
Yeah, I know. I
I
heard him.
thought you heard him.
You know, I heard him. I heard him. It's like, Dad, was you there during the 2000 earthquake?
The 2000
Yeah.
earthquake. Yes.
Yes.
I was there, right? I was there. I was at the wharf for like 3 days before that happened.
Oh, okay.
And they had at the time they had this called the Phoenix Underground. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we was in the Phoenix Underground. That was an
Oh
interesting.
gee. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been in the Phoenix Underground.
Yeah, trust me. We used to go there. We used to go there all the time. Driving from Tacoma, and
Okay.
yeah. Well, we
You ever hang out to DoubleTree?
yeah, the DoubleTree with the revolving restaurant. Yeah,
Yeah, the club upstairs.
in the fair in Fedway. Yeah.
Yep. I used to DJ up there.
Oh yeah,
That was my spot.
that was a nice spot. That was definitely a nice
Yeah.
spot. Oh yeah, you see, I know a little bit about your area.
Right. Right.
Because that's the only place that they have Rams. They have Ram. I love Ram, the brewery. But yeah, that and Dick's, all the local stuff there.
Oh yeah.
I'm,
Oh,
I'm a,
about Dick.
yeah, I love local stuff. I
Gotta
love.
get some Ivers. Ivers is my spot. That's where I had to go when I went back home.
Oh yeah, definitely got to hit there. Got to hit there. I don't know. Have you ever been to the Tri Cities?
Oh yeah.
Have you ever been to Yakima?
Yep.
There's a place there they call Dirty Dan's. They got this thing called a Miner Burger. You ever had
Yep.
that?
I haven't, but my brother has.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely indigestion burger. And
Yeah.
I love Yakima. Like I said, that's another part of
Yeah,
that's
that's a
like
nice. Yeah. I like that. Come on.
yeah,
My son actually lived there for a little while.
and it's nice, it's nice. You never known a volcano hit there.
Right. Yeah, my sister was over in. She was over like in Central. She was right where the volcano had hit, and they got stuck there for like 4 or 5 days. They couldn't leave.
Oh yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. If for people in the audience, if you don't know, we're talking about the eruption of Mount St. Helens back in 1980,
Yeah.
and it covered the closest town to it was Yakima, Washington, and it completely covered the city in ash. Like it looked like snow. That's how bad it was. And a lot of that was just a crazy incident.
That was crazy.
You could imagine if that happened today, it'd be worse. But yeah, I'm like I said, I like going up to Seattle, to the Seattle Tacoma area,
Yeah.
and you know, for short spurts, I couldn't do it all the time. One is
Oh yeah.
one is so expensive.
Right. It's very expensive. It's extra
and,
expensive now.
yeah, and I wouldn't want to live in Tacoma because that's nothing but
No.
apartments and trailer parks.
Yeah. No. That's like the hood on top of the hood.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The hood on
Oh
top of the
yeah.
hood.
Oh yeah. See, the DFG show where you can talk about, I talk about anything. See, I'm talking about Seattle, Western Washington. Western
Right.
Washington. If you've never been to the West Coast, I'm not gonna say it's the best coast, but it's pretty close.
I think I used it yesterday for yours.
But definitely, like I said, it's been it's if you go up there, Pearl, you're really gonna like it. You're really gonna like it.
Right.
I just not gonna want to stay. It's too expensive up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely don't want to
Oh
stay.
yeah. Oh yeah. But that's from where you are, from Jacksonville. That's probably a 7.5 hour flight, because it's 5 hours from Atlanta, 5.5 hours from Atlanta to Seattle. If you
Yeah.
flying straight, if you flying straight, if you fly in like, it'll obviously take more if you fly in different whatever airline that doesn't go there straight.
Well, nothing goes out of Jacksonville straight, not especially not to that far.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We always got to stop somewhere.
Yeah, probably either Charlotte, Atlanta, or Dallas,
Yeah.
or Houston, depending if you're
One
flying United.
time I went to DC.
Okay, okay.
You
Yeah,
had to go
because
backwards.
Yeah. DC to come.
I
Yeah.
just don't understand that. I don't
well,
understand about the flights where you got to go backwards just to go forward.
Right.
but
And then
it,
like
it depends who you fly, because those are nonstops from Washington D.C. to Seattle on Alaska Airlines, and
airlines that fly out of there.
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, most of the time you're making stops. It's like because I used to fly between there and Boise all the time back in the early 2000s. So yeah, trust me, it got to a point where I just fly into SeaTac and just drive to Boise. It was about 6 hours, but trying to get there was sometimes bad.
all right. We need to get back on task.
Oh yeah, that definitely. Hey, you talk
Yeah.
about somewhere I knew, so you know how I get,
You've been around the world, and yeah.
and I can find my baby. I don't know why she ain't going nowheres. But back to that though, the biggest thing though is that men are tired of doing a lot and not getting anything back. Now, does it have to be 100-100? I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you and say yes, but it should be everybody giving their best and actually like the person that you're with. You actually have to like the person. That's what I'm saying. You can't have a relationship if you can't relate. If that person's only a wallet to you, then you probably would be smart to leave them, because money can buy pleasure, but it can't buy happiness. And if you're miserable with him or her running the streets because they got money and you don't, what good is that? Your well-being shouldn't be worth money. It should be priceless, not worthless. Um, But that,
Exactly.
but a lot of times we don't look at it like that because we're figuring out, we're trying to figure out ourselves, and we're trying to be that person who we really don't know, but we're not sure if we want to be that person anymore. But yeah, but those with that, it's just interesting on how things go and and how we look at things and how we perceive the world. And on that, I am going to bring this show to a close. I want to thank each and every one of you guys that came on. Power to the people with no delay and what you got to say. And Chocolate Pearl, I want you to have the last word before I close it out.
I want to thank everybody for listening to our babble. See you next week.
I love that. I love that. And now the outro.